Namib, meaning edge of the Namib, is a private nature reserve sprawling a massive 202,200 hectares. This area was first allocated to former World War I soldiers who introduced sheep here in the 1950s. After 30 years of marginal farming, it was obvious that the local environment was unsuitable for commercial farming. Drought in the early 1980s forced several farmers to sell their land, and the idea of a private nature reserve was born. The aim was to develop a sanctuary free of fences so that wildlife could once again roam their habitat unhindered. Today, the Namib Nature Reserve is one of Southern Africa's largest private conservation areas. Desiccated landscapes with sturdy vegetation. Namibia receives little rain on average. The little water that does fall is subject to high rates of evaporation. In fact, Namibia loses more water through evaporation than it receives in rain. The rates of water loss are determined by several factors, which include temperature, solar radiation, humidity, wind speed, atmospheric pressure, and the surface area of open water. 14% of the land in Namibia is protected, including the Namib Desert Coastal Strip. Only 1% of land is arable in the country. Namibia's climate can be described as desert, hot and dry, with sparse and erratic rainfall. The Namibian landscape generally consists of 5 geographical areas. These are the Central Plateau, the Namib Desert, the Great Escarpment, the Bushveld, and the Kalahari Desert. Much of Namibia's history over the past 500 years reflects changes in the use and occupation of land by different groups of people. Each group of newcomers had an impact, bringing ongoing change to land that was unoccupied or displacing people that were already there. Namibia is fortunate in having large areas set aside for environmental conservation. Most of these areas consist of national parks and game reserves that were proclaimed several decades ago. Even though government ownership and management of such areas is customary around the world, a growing number of communal conservancies have been added in recent years. Namibia is famous for its natural resource management by communities themselves, which also provides them with a source of income. The Namib Valley area has always been known for having a lavish supply of water. After realizing that there was water just 30 meters below the surface, a man by the name of Siegfried Schnebel decided to put up a windmill. He built and designed it himself from nothing but scrap metal. The gigantic windmill on a massive tower is made of 5mm steel plates. According to Schnebel, the largest windmills on the market at the time were not sturdy enough to hold out against the high winds in this area. Steel tubes were used for the wheel's rim and axle only, while the spokes are made from light wire rope with canvas attached to the rope. The tower has a total weight of about 50 tons when full, and the total height of the windmill is less than 25 meters.